Hi, everyone. If you're tuning in today, you're tuning in for the Ghost Final Exam. This is Miss Fernandez. I hope you're having an extraordinary weekend. I'm going to break down the different sections the exam's going to cover. And I'm also going to give you some tips and pointers for you to get a good grade overall for the summative. So I'm going to start by telling you some of the questions and things that I want you to know for this exam. You should know what Ghost's real name is. You should know what he buys from Mr. Charles' store on a daily basis. What does he associate with running?
Mama?
What person they describe Mr. Charles to look like. So there was a part in the book where they said Mr. Charles looked like somebody that was white. And that person really wasn't white. He looks like a white someone. So you need to know who that character is because it will be on the test. Some other things you need to know is how Castle actually feels about his father being in prison and who gave him the nickname Ghost. When you think about the nickname Ghost, is that nickname associated with the fact that he had to flee from his father, or is it associated with the way he looked when he arrived at Mr. Charles' store after the incident? So make sure you kind of have an idea of why that nickname was given to him. There's also going to be characteristics on the test. Characteristics as in they might say who was albino, and you would have to say that that person was Lou, who said a specific phrase. So make sure that you actually paid attention to what people said throughout the story. Also, the name for the shoes that he stole. And we are going to touch up on figurative language. Figurative language being onomatopoeia, which is like a boom or a shh, right? And we're going to talk about hyperbole. Book de mama, yeah. We're going to talk about hyperboles, which are a large exaggeration. We're going to talk about the name of the team that he actually works for. What are the name of the stolen shoes? Something that you will only learn if you are paying attention to my study guide is that you will have some questions on your test that are more than one specific answer. So, this is something that I am not going to tell you the day of the test. This is something that you're going to have help on if you're actually listening to this study guide. I'm also going to tell you that one of the biggest points on this test is point of view. You have to know what point of view the story is written in. And if you look back on my chapter 6 and 7, you will get some clues from what standpoint the actual author writes the story. This is going to be 10 points on the exam rather than 1 point. So please make sure that you really, really, really know the point of view. I'm also going to touch base on metaphors and similes. Remember, similes use like or as, metaphors don't, but they both compare two different things. I'm also going to ask you if I gave you a quote, a direct quote from the story. I'm going to ask you what that figurative language piece means. Um, Remember, you need to also know emotions. What colors go with what emotions? If you said that red went with anger and blue went with sadness, you need to be able to associate colors to specific emotions. Know the secrets that they share at the newbie dinner in depth. Who's what secret? Because you will be asked on that. Know what animal Castle or Ghost associates with Mr. With his coach, right? Um, know that the symbolization of what the cut up shoes associate with. Know the theme of the story. Think really well on what the theme of the story is. Know what haunts Ghost, what memory actually haunts Ghost. There's something that says, one of the open-ended questions is why isn't Ghost dad in his life anymore? I want a specific quote from the story for extra credit. If you actually listened to my study guide, you will know that I will let you bring a flashcard with the quotes for these two open-ended questions. The first open-ended question is, why isn't Ghost Dad in his life anymore? And if you can quote something directly from the book, that would automatically give you 2 points off of onto your final summative exam. Now, the other open-ended question that I'm going to give you is, how does Ghost feel how does Ghost feel after he tells the other newbies and coach his secret? I kind of want you to go into the part of the newbie dinner where they reflect their secrets. And in this specific question, I'm asking you how Ghost feels, but not specifically only because of Ghost sharing his secret, but also hearing his teammate's secret. So if you can, in this specific part, name all the actual teammates' secrets and how they made Ghost feel, or how he made him realize that he's not the only one that's going through this messed up life, that will also give you an extra credit point. So remember, first, the point of view, that's going to be a big point, and I'm giving you two of the open-ended questions that you are able to write on a flashcard or half a sheet of paper and bring them in with your direct quotations from the story to give you that extra credit. There are going to be 95 questions, multiple choice, 8 open-ended questions. Figurative language is a big part of the exam, and it should be fairly easy if you follow the study guide. Best of luck. I will see you guys on Monday, and you got this. Have a great weekend.